Almost a year and a half ago, I sent the Government Accountability Office a letter asking them to examine the FDA, Food and Drug Administration's adverse event reporting system for dietary supplements. Dietary supplements are common across America. Vitamin pills, mineral pills. There are shops all over Chicago and downstate Illinois selling these supplements, and many people, including myself, take a vitamin each day. Maybe it's good for me, maybe it isn't. I hope it's good. It's certainly not harmful, but there are thousands and thousands of dietary supplements for sale. They're not all made in the United States, and they're not all made to the highest specifications. So we said to the Food and Drug Administration, we want you to collect information from American consumers if there's a problem. If there's a dietary supplement that's being sold and someone has an adverse event, in other words, a health event that could be serious, report it to the FDA. If we receive more than one, it's worth taking a look at to see if there's a pattern emerging and we should take something off the shelf. Today, the General Accountability Office released a report assessing how the system is working on this adverse event reporting on dietary supplements, and they had some recommendations. This reporting system is an important surveillance tool the FDA uses to identify and respond to cases of serious adverse reaction, such as heart attacks, hospitalizations, in some cases death. Over the years, the types of dietary supplements sold has evolved from some very basic formulas like simple vitamin C and calcium supplements to include products with potentially serious side effects, and even foods and beverages masquerading as dietary supplements that could pose a significant danger. Take a look at these energy drinks that are for sale everywhere. Try to get past the cash register at your local gas station without running into a 5-hour energy drink or a Monster energy drink. And for some of them, when you turn the container to the back, you'll see that it's not being sold as a beverage. It's being sold as a dietary supplement. In other words, like a vitamin or a mineral. There's a reason for that. Because if it's sold as a beverage, there are some strict regulations on the amount of caffeine that can be included. If it's sold as a dietary supplement, the regulations are not there, at least not in the same way as they would be for beverages. Unfortunately, people are led to believe that these products have all been approved by the FDA and pose no risk. In reality, unlike drugs or over-the-counter drugs, dietary supplements are not reviewed and tested by the FDA for safety or effectiveness before being sold to the American public. That'll come as a surprise to a lot of people. Most dietary supplements today are safe, and they're used by millions of Americans as part of their personal choice for a healthy lifestyle. That's not true of all supplements. In 2002, a 16-year-old boy named Sean Riggins from Lincoln, Illinois, just a few miles away from my home in Springfield, died. The 16-year-old boy died after taking a dietary supplement containing a drug known as ephedra. Sean was a high school football player. Before playing in the game, he went to the local gas station and bought something called Yellow Jackets. It was a form of ephedra clearly marketed to children to give them an energy boost. How often do you hear that? Sean washed the pills down with a bottle of Mountain Dew. Sean was unable to finish the football game that day and died of a heart attack. Before his death, Metabolife, the largest manufacturer of supplements containing ephedra, claimed they had no ephedra-related adverse events to report. This is 2002. Under pressure, Metabolife later gave FDA over 13,000 ephedra-related adverse event reports that showed people taking their products with ephedra and getting sick. In 2006, I worked with Senators Orrin Hatch and Tom Harkin to pass the Dietary Supplement and Non-Prescription Drug Consumer Protection Act. The law requires dietary supplement manufacturers to report serious adverse events to the Food and Drug Administration. Today's GAO report shows that since the law was enacted, serious adverse events reported to the FDA have increased dramatically, from 400 reports of serious events in 2007 to 6,307 between 2008 and 2011. The GAO report highlights commendable efforts by the FDA to improve the safety of dietary supplements. In 2008, the FDA only conducted 120 inspections in the United States. By 2012, that number was up to 400 inspections. Between 2008 and 2011, FDA took 19 regulatory actions, including warning letters, injunctions against companies that didn't report as required, like reporting serious adverse events, but omitting contact information on their labels. That's pretty basic, isn't it? When you buy a product like a dietary supplement, you ought to at least know who made it and how you contact the people who made it. If something goes wrong, if there's a question, you need to contact someone. That basic information should be there. In addition to outlining steps FDA has taken to strengthen the adverse event reporting system and protect consumers, the GAO report also suggests ways the FDA can improve this process. For instance, in some cases, FDA has used these adverse event reports to inform actions to protect consumers. But the agency could do more and develop ways to educate consumers about potentially harmful products. The GAO report encourages the FDA to issue final guidance clarifying the definition of a conventional food and dietary supplement. The vague distinction between a dietary supplement and conventional food or beverage has created a murky, growing market where some companies sell products potentially dangerous with unimproved ingredients. Products like Lazy Cakes, a brownie marketed as a dietary supplement, not as a cookie, but as a dietary supplement that contains roughly 8 milligrams of the sleep aid melatonin, almost double the upper limit of a typical dose. And energy drinks sold in huge 16, 24, and 32-ounce cans right next to soda and Gatorade. Soda and Gatorade are regulated. The energy drinks are not. How would a consumer know? The GAO report also encourages the FDA to work with the poison control centers to establish a debt-sharing agreement. Mr. President, this is a source of real frustration. And when I describe the situation, you'll understand why. As you can imagine, when somebody feels sick after using a supplement, they don't usually call the Food and Drug Administration. They call a local hospital or the poison control centers, which are all across America. Between 2008 and 2010, poison control centers heard from 1,000 more people who had experienced adverse events with dietary supplements than the Food and Drug Administration did. Poison control centers information could be a meaningful contribution to the information the FDA is receiving about harmful products, information that can help us protect American consumers. I encourage the Food and Drug Administration and poison control centers to work together to share this information. They are now, sadly, the Poison Control Center is demanding millions and millions of dollars that the FDA doesn't have just to get access to the basic information about dangerous products sold in America that are causing harm to Americans. Holding back this information is not in the best interest of keeping America healthy and safe. Moving forward, I'm going to continue to work with the FDA to enhance the regulation of dietary supplements and ensure customers have the information they need to make informed decisions. Let me reiterate, most dietary supplements available in America today are safe and are used by millions of Americans as part of a healthy lifestyle. As I said, I am one of the consumers taking that dietary supplement, multivitamin, every morning. But the GAO report confirms that there's still work to be done to enhance the FDA's adverse event reporting system and to assure that people who take these products have the information they need to make healthy, informed decisions.